Here are today's top news stories and why they matter. The African Growth and Opportunity Act, AGOA, a landmark trade agreement between the United States and Sub-Saharan Africa, officially expires today, Tuesday, September 30. Yet uncertainty looms over its future. What could this mean for African businesses and workers? DW's Tuzo Kumalo reports from South Africa.
Since taking office in January, the Trump administration has not publicly clarified its position on AGOA, a law enacted in 2000 to provide duty-free access to the U.S. market for thousands of African products. However, Reuters reports that a White House official has expressed support for a one-year extension. Originally launched under President Bill Clinton, AGOA aimed to strengthen economic ties between Africa and the world's largest economy. The agreement included 35 African nations and allowed nearly 7,000 products to enter the U.S. market tariff-free. Over the years, it has boosted sectors such as textiles, agriculture, and raw materials. South Africa in particular has seen significant job creation thanks to AGOA. Now with the possibility of non-renewal, many workers are deeply concerned about their future. Still, some experts believe this moment could pave the way for new trade partnerships and economic opportunities.
My view is that it is important that we as a continent of Africa begin to also realize that we have to take intra-Africa trade very seriously. Fortunately, we've created the AfTA initiative, the African Continental Free Trade Agreement Initiative, which essentially allows countries between and among Africa continent to trade. That's a great initiative. Probably it's high time that we deepen it, because intra-Africa trade as it is now is very low.
President Andry Rajoelina has dissolved Madagascar's government following widespread protests led by young people triggered by ongoing water and electricity shortages. Why does it matter? Inspired by similar Gen Z movements in Kenya and Nepal, the demonstrations mark the most serious challenge to Rajoelina's leadership since his re-election in 2023. In a statement, the president said the dissolution aims to create space for dialogue with youth protesters. He also pledged support for businesses affected by looting during the unrest. According to the United Nations, at least 22 people have died and over 100 injured. And finally, a proposed peace plan by US President Donald Trump aimed at ending the war in Gaza has received backing from several world leaders. The White House confirmed that Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has endorsed the plan, though it remains unclear whether Hamas will accept its terms. What are the key elements of the plan? A pathway toward the establishment of a Palestinian state, a concept long opposed by Israel, a roadmap for Gaza's future governance, the release of the 20 surviving hostages and the return of the remains of deceased hostages in exchange for hundreds of Palestinian prisoners held in Israel within 48 hours of an agreement. The removal of Hamas from power and its commitment to disarm, proposed reforms to the Palestinian Authority, and a pledge from Israel to refrain from future attacks on Qatar. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to DW Africa. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. I'm Andrew Wasike.